The most powerful conversation you will ever have in your life is not with your boss, not with your mentor, not with the wisest person you've ever met. It's the conversation you have with yourself every single morning before the world gets a chance to tell you who you are. Think about that for a moment. Every morning you wake up, your mind is a blank page, and something is going to write on it. The question is, are you writing on it, or are you letting the world write on it for you? Most people wake up and immediately hand that pen to someone else. They reach for their phone, they check the news, they scroll through other people's lives. And within the first 10 minutes of their day, their mind has already been shaped, influenced, and directed by everything and everyone except themselves. And then they wonder why they feel lost, why they feel unmotivated, why they feel like life is happening to them instead of for them. Today I want to share with you something so simple it almost seems too easy. 5 lines, just 5 lines that you speak to yourself every single morning, before the noise, before the phone, before the world. And I promise you, if you do this for the next 30 days, you will not recognize the person looking back at you in the mirror. The first line you must speak to yourself every morning is this: I am becoming the person I was designed to be. Now I want you to understand why this line matters so deeply. Most people wake up and they think about what they have to do, their to-do list, their schedule, their problems. And the day begins from a place of pressure. But when you speak to yourself about who you are becoming, something shifts internally. You stop being a person reacting to circumstances. You start being a person moving toward a destination. Here's what I've learned about human psychology. We always act in alignment with our identity. Always. If you see yourself as someone who struggles, you will find struggle everywhere. If you see yourself as someone who is growing, learning, evolving, you will find opportunities everywhere. The morning is when your identity is most vulnerable. You just woke up. Your guard is down. Your subconscious is wide open. And whatever you feed it in those first few minutes sets the operating system for the entire day. So feed it an identity worth living up to. Speak it out loud. Not in your head, out loud. There is something profoundly different about hearing your own voice say words of power to your own ears. Your brain pays attention differently. It believes differently. Say it tomorrow morning. Say it the morning after. Say it until it stops feeling like an affirmation and starts feeling like a fact. The second line you must speak to yourself every morning is, I know where I am going and I am moving there today. Here is something that will fascinate you. Most people are busy every single day, genuinely busy, full calendars, long hours, constant effort. And yet, they feel like they're going nowhere. Do you know why? Because being busy is not the same as being directed. A boat with a broken compass can sail all day and end up exactly where it started. Movement without direction is just exhausting circles. When you speak this line to yourself every morning, you are not just saying words, you are activating intention. You are reminding your mind that today is not a random day. Today is a deliberate step toward a specific destination. Now some of you might think, but I'm not sure where I'm going. And that's precisely why this line is so important. Because the more you speak it, the more your mind begins searching for the answer. The subconscious mind is a problem-solving machine, but it only solves the problems you give it. Give it this question every morning. Where am I going and what does today's step look like? Watch how quickly clarity begins to arrive. The third line you must speak to yourself every morning is, whatever comes today, I am ready for it. Let me tell you something about the people who fold under pressure versus the people who perform under pressure. The difference is almost never talent, almost never intelligence, almost never experience. The difference is preparation of the mind. When you speak this line to yourself in the morning, you are not pretending that the day will be easy. You are not being naive about the challenges ahead. You are doing something far more powerful. You are deciding in advance how you will meet those challenges. You see, most people wait until the storm hits to decide how they will respond. And by then it's too late. The emotions are already running. The anxiety is already in control. The reaction happens before the thought. But the person who spoke resilience into themselves at 6 a.m., that person meets the storm differently. Something in them has already decided, I will not collapse. I will not quit. Whatever comes, I am ready. This is not arrogance. This is mental fortification. This is the discipline of preparing your spirit before the world gets its chance to test it. The strongest people you've ever met, they didn't become strong during hard times. They prepared for hard times during quiet ones. Your morning is your quiet time. Use it. The fourth line you must speak to yourself every morning is, I have everything I need to make today extraordinary. Now, before you argue with me, before you say, but I don't have enough money, or I don't have the right connections, or I don't have the time, let me stop you right there. That argument is precisely the problem. Most people spend their entire lives cataloging what they lack. They have become experts at identifying their deficits. And the mind is an incredibly powerful tool. It finds exactly what you tell it to look for. Tell it to look for what's missing, and it will find evidence of shortage everywhere. But tell it, I have what I need, and it begins searching for possibility instead of poverty. Here's the truth about extraordinary results. They are almost never produced by extraordinary resources. They are produced by ordinary people who maximized what was already in their hands. History is full of people who had very little and built extraordinary things, and history is equally full of people who had everything and built nothing. The difference was never resources, it was resourcefulness. And resourcefulness begins with the belief that what you have is enough to begin. So speak this line with conviction, not because it erases your challenges, but because it opens your eyes to what's already there, waiting to be used. The fifth and final line you must speak to yourself every morning is perhaps the most important of all. I will not waste today. 6 words. 6 words that carry the weight of a lifetime. You see, time is the one thing that cannot be replaced. Not money, not opportunity, not relationships. Those can all return. But a wasted day, that day is gone forever. When you speak this line to yourself in the morning, you are making a contract, not with anyone else, with yourself. And the relationship you have with yourself is the most important relationship of your life, because how you treat your own commitments determines everything. People who consistently do what they say they will do, even when no one is watching, especially when no one is watching, those are the people who build real lives, real achievements, real freedom. And it starts with one simple daily act of self-respect. Looking yourself in the mirror at the start of the day and saying, I will not waste today. Not I'll try, not I hope to. I will not waste today. So let me bring it all together for you. 5 lines, every single morning, before the phone, before the noise, before the world. Line 1, I am becoming the person I was designed to be. Line 2, I know where I am going and I am moving there today. Line 3, whatever comes today, I am ready for it. Line 4, I have everything I need to make today extraordinary. Line 5, I will not waste today. These are not magic words. They will not transform your life overnight. But here is what they will do. They will transform who you are in the morning. And who you are in the morning determines who you are by the end of the day. Change the morning, you change the day. Change enough days, you change your life. The question is never whether change is possible. It always is. The question is always whether you are willing to begin. And beginning is not complicated. It is not expensive. It does not require perfect conditions. It requires 5 lines, spoken out loud, tomorrow morning. Will you do it? The person you want to become is waiting for the person you are today to make that decision. Start tomorrow. Start with line 1, and watch what 30 mornings can do to a life.